The Memorandum of Understanding South Sudan signed with Egypt to carry out dredging-related activities gives the government the right to suspend the implementation of the project. South Sudan signed the MoU with Egypt on the 28th of July last year. Then Manawa Peter, the then Minister of Water Resources and Irrigation, signed on behalf of the government, while Mohamed Abdel Ati signed on behalf of the government of Egypt. The 28th of July 2021 agreement stipulates that either party may give a written notice of 15 days, provided such suspension shall not exceed a period of 3 months. It also says the deal shall still into effect for a period of 6 months from the date of receiving the termination notice by the other part. However, it is not clear if the South Sudan government notified Egypt. President Salva Kiir suspended the project during his 11th anniversary speech to South Sudanese. According to the Memorandum of Understanding, any dispute arising between the two parties shall be settled without resorting to a third party or national or international judicial authority. It also states that all parties are obliged not to disclose, use, or publish information and document exchanged or any result related to the implementation of the MoU except after obtaining written consent from the other party. The deal entered into force from the date of its signature and to continue for 3 years subject to extension. The termination of the MoU does not affect the activities arising from it until its end, unless the parties agree otherwise. The agreement titled Flood Mitigation in Bahr Jebel Basin aimed to clear waterways of the Bahr Jebel from weed or any other obstacles. It is also prepare hydrological and hydraulic studies, environmental and social impact studies, and prepare a proposal for rehabilitating Bahr Jebel in order to achieve flood risk protection. The MoU provides for rapid assessment of the hotspot are in Bahr Jebel from Juba to Lake, no clearance of blockage in Bahr Jebel waterways, and strengthening of riverbank in front of villages and cities that may face flood hazards. It says Egypt, in a coordination with the government of South Sudan, is to select a consultant to prepare studies and proposal for the rehabilitation of Bahr Jebel to reduce flood hazard, including dredging in South Sudan. Prepare hydrographic survey studies, prepare flood risk maps of the regional exposed to the risk of flooding, and prepare environmental and social impact assessment studies. The deal also allows Egypt to carry out the procurement procedures, while the direct supervision shall be under the executive organization of experts of those countries. The agreement gives South Sudan some obligation, which include informing the Egyptian government of any condition which interfere with or threaten its successful implementation. Others are to facilitate the procedures, facilities, permit, license, and exemptions of all taxes, customs, and duties in connection with the importation and delivery of all goods, equipment, and tools required for grain implementation in South Sudan. For the Egyptian government, it is obliged to provide a grain to support the implementation of the flood mitigation in Bahr Jebel Basin project. The MoU further stipulates that the equipment provided by the government of Egypt shall remain the property of the project unless the parties agree otherwise. Last week, the public consultation on the Nile water and management concluded with call for credible feasibility studies before dredging of the Nile tributaries take place. International and national environmental experts made their presentation. The public, civil society activists, lawyers, doctors, academia, legislature, and the cabinet, among others. The committee tasked by the presidency to organize public consultation is expected to present its final report with recommendation to President Salva Kiir. A memorandum of understanding, or MoU, is defined as an agreement between parties and can be bilateral or multilateral. The MoU serves as expression of aligned will between the parties in question and depicts the intent of a common line action. The MoU, although a formal document, is not legally binding. It merely shows the willingness of each concerned party to take action to move the contract forward. In addition, an MoU brings about the definition of the purpose and scope of negotiations. Below is the link to MoU the South Sudan government signed with Egypt to carry out dredging along the Bahr Jebel Basin. It is in both Arabic and English. Please click click the link below to read the full information.